Well, hey, EVTV. We're here in Amsterdam with New Electric and the EVTV EU warehouse. It's time for a little update from us. Had our first little bit of internet fame with the New Electric video that premiered on EVTV 2 weeks ago. We got quite a little bit of attention from that first little debut video of electric boating, power boating from Amsterdam, including the problem. Also, we got our first little bit of internet exposure on the Autoblog Green. We had a great little piece there written by Dominic of Autoblog, and he is also the editor that has often debuted some EVTV or EVCon media on the Autoblog. Anyway, so that was a great boon for us and really gave us some nice hits on the video. It will, of course, be a part of our showcase on the website and the YouTubes for the years to come as a debut for our boats and work. Well, I'm here in the new and improved New Electric workshop. We've got some nice light flooring now and are starting to look a little bit more the part of a company that is ready to start offering electric runabouts. And there goes the bell. So where were we before we got interrupted by the neighbors? So hey, we're trying to get ready to build some boats here and look the part. At the same time, we have some testing to do before we're ready to really release the Delta onto the world. Right now, we had the original prop set up with the new motor and the electric components. And at full speed, 6,000 RPM, we were drawing 72 kilowatts, which is about 95 horsepower, and we were doing about 60 kilometers an hour. Now, this is very much akin to the original power plant at 84 horsepower rated, doing about 55 kilometers in the original format before we converted her. So we can see we might be a little bit heavier, but we're doing a little bit more RPM. We have the power available, and we can do a little bit more kilometers an hour already. We have commissioned our prop to be reworked from a 8x10, which it was, 8 diameter, 10 pitch, to a 8x14, which has been the max that the prop meister was able to bring it to. It's an old bronze prop, and he was able to rework it quite a bit. We're hoping that it'll allow us to put a little bit more power to water. And while we were waiting for that improvement, we also had the rear unit, what we call the huck, which holds the prop shaft in place outside of the boat in front of the rudder. I'll have a couple of pictures of that to illustrate what I mean. The original unit, I think over the years had some damage. We needed to replace the inner lining that holds the shaft, and it was absolutely a part of our electric banjo, as Jack called it, that was giving fishes in the environment headaches. It made us sound like we had an old two-stroke engine in there. And I think the combination of the new prop with the more pitch and the reworked rear holder for the prop should definitely improve our performance and bring us up. Then we have the ultimate prop. Of course, the best prop is the one you get after the next one. We think we can get a max 9 diameter by 17 pitch prop mounted onto this shaft and this setup. That should allow us near 100 kilowatts or 140 horsepower to be transmitted to the water, and we're looking for a final top speed of about 75, 80 kilometers an hour. Now, in a tiny boat like this, you can really only do that on a perfect day with perfect conditions, and you can do it for about 30 seconds until you scare yourself. But for bragging rights, we want to see what the most ridiculous thing is we can do with this boat. And since we have 160 horsepower on tap with the HP EVS AC 35x2, we should try and get most of those horsepowers to the water and see what happens. So that's the Delta testing, the new prop, and there is some update on our hopefully soon to be added pressure bearing setup. Got some pictures of that, And after the speed testing, we might be able to install that new unit somewhere late November, early December. We might be a little bit busy by then, hopefully, with our 818, which should be arriving in the EU by next week. So we'll be able to start updating EVTV with what it's like to unbox your 818 and start planning for an electric conversion of the 818. We're kind of running into the fact that since we want to do a road legal conversion instead of a water conversion, we are preparing for EU certification of the car. Luckily, the 818 is the world car. The Subaru parts are readily certified and will easily pass inspection. The electric drivetrain is, of course, of more concern, and it is, in fact, definitely an extra reason to strongly consider using the Siemens and DMOX setup, because I can point to the quite a few Ford Transit electrics that are running around, especially in the UK, but also here in Holland. Ford was selling them here before Azure Dynamics went belly up. So we know for sure there's EC and EMC regulations that have already been passed by that setup, which is a great boon as compared currently to the Curtis and HP EVS setup if you want to go towards the road. On the water, it's relatively a free-for-all, so you are pretty much in the clear there. Hey, this is our update for the continuing story of EVTV EU and New Electric here in Amsterdam. We are also trying to get together a large enough shipment to make sense to bring it over from Jack over to the warehouse here. I've definitely got some parts that we need for our projects. There's a few for customers out there, but if you're on the fence, please give us a call because we are just about ready to start trying to fill that container. And let's get the stuff over here and let's get all of us building, because I'll keep building if you keep building, and hope to see you all soon. Take care.